Okay, I'm just going to give us a few more minutes here to see if anyone is having trouble getting in. But if you're ready to start dropping in, we're going to start in the kneeling position that we've been starting with um, since we started this program. This time, you're going to grab your big toe with your other toes, your big and second toe, and just get a little lock and sit on back and close your eyes. So it's been energetically, of course, a crazy year, but especially this week, we had the eclipse, we had the new moon, we had the meteor shower, which was really crazy down here off the grid where there are no lights on. We could see really beautifully. I woke up every few hours and went outside to make a few wishes on the shooting stars. So when energetically everything gets riled up, it just gets a little bit harder to do our day to day things that we need to do to take really good care of ourselves. So I want to thank you for checking in this morning, making time, making space, and having the patience that working with the internet requires. And I also wanted to let you guys know that I filmed a bunch of handstand drills yesterday. I used some of that crazy energy and channeled it into productivity. So there's about, I don't know, 7 or 9 videos of different handstand drills that you can do to start building your handstand practice or keep working on it. Everything I teach is away from the wall, but really safely. But if you feel more comfortable psychologically with a wall, then by all means, use a wall. But don't do too much. You got to take it easy on the wrists. And today we're focusing on heart openers, which also means shoulders, which I'm sure everyone in here has tight shoulders. They're supposed to be tight. We use them a lot. We use them all day long. We use them all night long. So notice right here, right now, if how much you're using your shoulders when you don't really need to. Like, can you let them relax just a little bit? Spike's really teasing you guys off camera here, chewing on his toy. If you had your toes crossed, go ahead and switch the toe that's grabbing the other toe, and you might need to kind of like flex your ankles. Sometimes that causes some foot cramping, but it's an energetic lock for the meridians to lock those toes. Helps to close off the energy lines to create that infinity symbol. Now he wants to be on camera. So we'll be working on some heart openers, some shoulder openers, but for right now, how much can you let your shoulders just relax even more? They tend to creep up every time we start to do anything. And so, how can you consciously draw them down? And then the back of the shoulder blades, kind of that bottom tip, right around the bra strap area. If you can squeeze that together just a few times, just kind of pulse that lower trapezius, lower rhomboid muscles, just to feel kind of what we actually want to be working when we're working our muscles. So often we use the upper trapezius, we're using a lot of the neck stuff, the scalenes to make the reaching, the holding, the grabbing stuff happen. But for today, how much can we use those lower trapezius muscles? And the trapezius, of course, runs all the way from the top of the neck down to the side of the shoulder, all the way down to the bottom of the scapula where it attaches to the spine, all the way down there. So it's a huge muscle. It does a lot, but we need to train the body to use other parts of it so that you don't get those really sore spots where it's just been working too hard. So we'll go ahead and get started officially. in your kneeling position, bring your hands behind you, clasp your hands, and keep your elbows bent and lift your triceps up. Squeeze your entire hands together, even the pinky side of your palm, and pulse up just a few times. And then look over your right shoulder and keep pulsing up. And look over your left shoulder and keep pulsing up. Then look forward and pause and bring your whole fist to the left hip. Then look over your right shoulder. Pull your left shoulder away from your left ear. Take a big breath into that upper trapezius. And switch it out. Bring the hands back, but switch the grip so that the awkward thumb, the awkward pinky is on top. And we'll do that little pulse up again. Feels really subtly different with the different thumb and hand on top. So just notice. And then bring that whole fist to the right hip. And look over your left shoulder. And draw your right shoulder away from your right ear. And come on back. Release the hands. Bring the arms up wide. Look up as they touch. And bring the hands forward to a tabletop position. A few options here. The cat-cows feels nice. But really focus on the shoulders. So for me, I think of like making figure eights with my shoulders in opposite directions, protracting and retracting and moving that scapula kind of all over the rib. So keep moving your body. You can make like circles with your ribs in the directions in that tabletop position. You can move your neck around, but really focusing on getting warmth in the shoulders. So as you're moving, slow it down so that you really notice every single fiber through the entire circumference of your shoulders. Okay. Now come into a down dog, but keep that same element of movement through your shoulders. Here, I want you to move the shoulders a lot in circles maybe, or like one and then the other, like you're doing a backstroke without actually lifting your arms up. You can play with the placement of the weight in the hands. Can you get it so that you're pressing into the entire ring of your palm, but lifting up just your middle knuckle and pressing all of your finger pads down, and then push away from the earth and shrug your shoulders up to your ears. And press your heels down and press the back of your knees back and relax your head. Take a big breath here, right into the back of your shoulders. And exhale, push the floor away. Look forward and step your feet to your hands, deliberately, slowly, heel to toe, legs straight and hands on the ground if you have the flexibility. We'll meet in a loose forward fold, so hips wide, you can grab opposite elbows, you can grab the back of your neck, you can grab your hands behind you to keep the shoulders opening. Big breaths, relax your head. Release your hands down the back of your legs to the ground. Lift halfway up. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. Mountain pose. Look up. Stand up. Reach up. And Samasthiti. Bring your thumbs to your heart and close your eyes. Press your feet down into the ground. Lift your ankles up and away from your heels. Lift your knees up away from your ankles. Lift your hips up away from your knees. Mula Bandha, squeeze the pelvic floor. Uddiyana Bandha, tuck your low belly button in and up towards your heart. Relax the arms down, palms face forward. Now inhale and lift your arms out to a T. Turn your palms to face the sky and touch your thumbs behind you. Not literally, you're not going to make that happen most likely, but feel that gravitational pull opening up the pectorals. Often the trapezius is overworked, yes, but the tightness comes from the chronic contraction of the pectorals, which is where you get the lower shoulder blade pain that a lot of people experience. So opening up the pectorals by kind of pulsing back here with some activeness helps to resolve that pain pretty quickly. So we'll just take a few more pulses like your thumbs are going to touch without letting your ribs jut out. Keep those ribs in, keep the bandhas in their integrity. Now pause, reaching as far back as you can. Keep reaching back as you slowly lift your arms up. Your hands are going to touch eventually, but imagine they were being like pulled down, or like they were two magnets of opposing force, so actually repelling each other even as they come together until eventually they meet. Lift your ribs up, inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold, a long swan dive, that same slow motion journey, so you can really explore the entire range of motion of the shoulders at this point in your practice. Eventually your hands come to the ground, hang your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's add in some strength. High plank. Plant your palms, step one foot back, and then the other. Great. Now, we'll move through side plank with the option of chaturanga, and I'm going to count down 10 rounds. That would be 20 push-ups. That's a lot. That's a lot of push-ups. You don't have to do that many push-ups. Take breaks. Do what feels good. Do what's fun. If it starts hurting, take a break. Take a child's pose. Use your whole body, not just the shoulders. That means the belly, the booty, the quads, all of it. Squeeze it. Let's start. Side plank. I'm doing right arm first. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, chaturanga push-up. Just back to high plank. Inhale, my right arm up, left arm is down. Exhale, chaturanga. 1. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. 2. Inhale, side plank. Big circles with the arms. Exhale, chaturanga. Use the breath. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. 3. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. 4. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. 5. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. 6. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. 7. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. 8. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga. 9. Inhale, side plank. This is the last one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, chaturanga, to your belly. Oh my God. Take your right arm, cross it in front of your left, and reach your arms in opposite directions. It's arm shoelace. I'll show you a little bit closer. So like you're giving yourself a big hug, but laying against the ground, and you relax your arms out. Pretty juicy shoulders. I felt that. That was a little burny for me. Halfway through, I was like, 10? Why did I say 10? As much as you can relax your weight down, you'll stretch out those lower trapezius. Just a few more breaths here. And switch it out. I'm sliding my right arm underneath my left, finding that same crisscross, and then laying my chin down. Find a new layer of weight to your body and let yourself melt down. And squeeze your way out of there and push back to a child's pose. Walk your hands to the left edge of your mat. Set your right hand on top and thread your fingers through. Press down through your left fingertips and pull your right hip back away from your armpit. Feel that long stretch through the outside line of the right side. And to the other side, bring your hands to the right side of your mat. Set your left hand on top. Thread your fingers through. Press your right hand down to keep everything rooted. Pull your left hip back. And I'm feeling that stretch along the outside of my left armpit, the lats. Okay. Come back up through the tabletop position, a few shoulder rolls, just kind of check in with any warmth that's left in there. Shoulders should be feeling pretty good. And then the down dog, once again, those same shoulder rolls. Okay. Walk your feet close enough to your hands that you can reach back, twist and grab. So my right hand is grabbing my left. Reach for the heel, so you might need to bend your knee to get that grip. Get a good grip on your heel and press your heel down onto your fingers. Look under your left armpit and pull your right shoulder back. That should feel like a pretty good stretch. Press into the left hand to get more space and then twist. Bend the right elbow to twist your gaze. And switch it out. Right hand down. Reach the left hand for the outside of the right heel. Press the right heel down into the fingers. Knee can stay bent, that's okay. Gaze under your right arm. Then pull your left shoulder back like you're trying to pull your arm off. But it's not going anywhere because you've got that good grip in the heel. Breathe. Reset, look forward, walk your feet up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose, stand up, press your palms together. Exhale, samastitihi, thumbs to your heart. Rest your hands down by your side and touch your thumb and your middle finger together to make a circle. Let the rest of your fingers relax. Take a moment to let that integrate. Feel the movement of your body lifting up away from the earth, while your heart energy grounds down towards your root. One more inhale here. Open your mouth, let it go. Inhale, mountain pose. Arms way back behind you. Resist the whole way. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Big swan dive, arms wide. Squeeze the lower trapezius. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze the trapezius. Exhale, high plank. No more chaturangas. No more chaturangas. We did enough. We did our chaturangas. But yes, more side plank. Not enough side plank. I have my right hand down, my left hand up. Look up at your left thumb with your right eye. Then follow it. Thread it underneath. Reach behind you. Core work. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Exhale, twist. If the wrist has had it, take this on the forearm or set that right knee down. Still the same benefits with the twisting, with the core work. Just turning on the obliques. Just a few more rounds. We'll do the other side. Last one. Switch it out. I have my left hand down, my right arm up. I keep my feet staggered. It's easier that way. And then threading. Right arm behind you. Watching the hand the whole time. With curiosity, letting the background of the hands kind of float in and out of your awareness and staying focused on the thumb. Last few. Last one. Great. Down dog. Just a moment to feel the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, push your heart back. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step forward, low lunge. Crescent moon, set your back knee down, untuck your back toes. Lift your arms up, clasp your hands together. Interlace all of your fingers except for your index finger. Cross your thumbs. Pull your arms up so your shoulders come up to your ears. Then use that reach to pull your gaze back. Sensitive necks, keep your ears in front of your biceps. Healthy necks, look back, reach back. Eventually looking for foot. Press into right foot to go deeper. Lift up through the heart. Relax. Twist. Bring your thumbs to your heart. Left elbow on top of right knee. Easier. Right foot in, out to the side, 90-90. Deeper twist. More balance, foot forward. Your choice. Options for arms open. Options for binds, half or full. See if I can get around my microphone here. There they are. Options for the high lunge, work the legs. Options for bound prasarita. Parallel the feet. Keep the arms bound. Look up over that right shoulder. Straighten the right leg. Breathe. One more big inhale into that left lung, the left ribs. Twist deeper, deeper, deeper. Exhale. Great. Same. The crescent moon. Maybe more space now. Grab the hands. Pull the arms back. If the neck is healthy, gaze back. Reach back. Come up. Curl the back toes, lift the back knee. Sweep the arms back. Pyramid. Hop the left foot forward into the left. Set the hands on the ground next to the right foot. Lay the forehead on the knee. You can bend the knee, but connect them, the knee and the forehead. Then push the head into the knee to straighten the leg. Good for thyroid. Lift the right hip up. Press into the outer left heel. Breathe. triangle. Lift halfway up. Set the right hand on the shin or on the pinky side, the outside of that right leg. Lift the left arm up. Hop the left heel back in alignment where you want it. Gaze up at your left thumb with your right eye. Use your right hand to slide your ribs over your toes. Breathe. Half bind. Left arm comes behind you. Can relax the ear down, feels nice. Full bind. Right arm on the inside, the big toe side. Sneak it under, grab fingers, or right fingers wrap around left wrist. Pull your left arm back and straight. Option for bound half moon or regular half moon. Bound half moon. Keep your grip. Come onto your left tippy toes. Then lift your leg from the inner thigh. Use the bandhas. Regular half moon. Right fingertips on the ground. Left arm can stay bound or not. Breathe. Okay. Forward fold with wide feet. And just hang. Take a moment, shake out the shoulders. You can roll out the wrists. You can bring your hands behind you to keep the heart opening. Relax the head. We're moving into bird of paradise to hurdler's pose to chaturanga. I will show you and I will walk you through it. So you'll have two opportunities if you want to watch first. Bird of paradise, right arm between legs, reach around, touch your booty, your outer hip. Left arm up and behind. Fingers find each other or right fingers around left wrist. Come onto your right tippy toes. Gaze forward, bandhas in, rise up like a flower blooming towards the sun. When left leg is straight and stable, kick right leg out, sparkle toes. Breathe. Come down with balance. Set right foot down, keep bind. Step left foot back, bound side angle. Right hands to pinky side of right foot. Left hand down, chaturanga arms. Heel toe the right foot off to the side until it pops up. Hurdler's pose. Bend the elbows. Catch hold of that left hip. Guide the left leg up. Send the right leg back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. I show you again. Maybe. Right arm between the legs. Grab the butt. Left arm around. Grab the fingers or right fingers around left wrist. Become light on your right toes. Stand up. Breathe into the heart. Lift it up. Find the element of bound half moon here if you took that option in your bird of paradise. It's just the other leg that's on the ground. That's the only difference in those two poses. When you're ready, step back through bound side angle. Right hand to pinky side around the back of the calf. Left hand to the ground. Pivot onto ball of back foot. Heel toe right foot off the ground. Bend elbows. Left elbow comes in to catch that left belly. Use that to cantilever left leg up. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, child's pose. For everyone, bring your hands to your low back and tap up. And come into a kneeling position. And take a moment to let that side integrate before we move to the other side. And start to move your shoulders a bit. Maybe one and then the other. Maybe the ribs get in there too, a little bit of a dance. Come into your tabletop and find that same element of dance. Just let your body move in a way that feels really good, a little saucy. Let your head relax down. And down dog, that same element of dance. Let the legs move, let the armpits press down. And through center, a breath, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, low lunge, left foot through. Crescent moon, back knee down, untuck the back toes. Lift the arms up, press the palms together, steeple grip. Opposite pinky, opposite thumb crossed, index fingers up. Pull the shoulders up to the ears, then reach back. Whoop! Press down into the ground to keep your balance. Pull up through the bandhas to keep your balance. Sensitive necks, squeeze the biceps behind the ears and support the natural alignment of the cervical spine. Healthy necks, look behind your arms and keep looking back towards your foot. Slowly rebuild, twist. Thumbs to heart, right elbow on top of thigh. Easier. Left foot back, a little bit to the side. 90, 90. Deeper twist here. More balancing, foot further away. Use the bandhas. Options for arms wide. Options for half bind for the shoulders. Option for full bind underneath. Option for high lunge, variation. Option bound prasarita. Swivel your feet around so they're parallel. Gaze up under your left shoulder towards the ceiling. And press your left leg straight and your right hip over to the right. Slowly come back to the low lunge and the crescent moon. We'll take that same variation, maybe some more space. Press into the left foot to lift the heart back. Breathe. Slowly rebuild. And take a breath, let that catch up. Pyramid. Fingertips to the ground, curl the back toes, lift the back knee, and step the right foot forward and off to the side a little bit. Touch the forehead, third eye, Anahata Chakra, to the knee, the patella. Bend the knee, and then push into the head to straighten the leg. Lift the left hip up. Breathe into the back of the heart. Triangle. Left hand on the shin or the pinky side of the foot. Step the right heel back into alignment with the left. Reach the right arm up. Gaze up. Use the right hand to pull the ribs over the left toes. Breathe. Option half binds. Right arm behind you. Option full binds. Left arm through the big toe side of the leg, underneath the hamstring. Grab the fingers or left fingertips around right wrist. Pull the right arm straight behind you. Gaze up. Option bound half moon or regular half moon. Bound half moon. Drishti is so important. I'm looking forward and like 6 inches to the right of my big toe. Use the bandhas. Woohoo! Lift the right leg up. Regular half moon. Left fingertips on the ground, right fingertips to the sky. Use the inner thigh and the outer butt muscle to lift that right leg higher. Squeeze your bandhas. And a loose forward fold at the top of your mat, feet wide. Hang your head. You can roll out your wrists, clasp your hands behind you. Relax. Okay, 2 chances. Bird of paradise to chaturanga through the arm balance, the hurdler's pose. Left arm this time comes through the middle of the legs, around the hamstring. Grab the butt, palm facing out. Right arm way up and around. Grab fingers or left fingers around right wrist. Come onto your right foot and your left tippy toes. Stand up. When the right leg is straight, pull the left shoulder back. Straighten the left leg. Sparkle the toes. When you come down, left foot gets a good grip. Step the right leg back. You can move through bound half moon here. You're landing, boop, in bound side angle. Gaze up. Set the left hands on the pinky side behind that calf. Set the right hand on the ground. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. Kick the left toes off towards the corner of your mat until they kick up. Then one smooth motion, chaturanga arms. Kick the right leg up. Send the left leg back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, child's pose or down dog. A moment to rest. And we'll check it out on the other side. Okay, come up to that forward fold, that loose forward fold. And I said the other side, but I meant the same side. So, practice where it gets hard and stay in that zone from I can totally do this to, yeah, I can't do this. That zone right in between. That's where the yoga practice is. So that's where you stay in this sequence. Left arm through the legs, around that juicy hamstring. Find your booty. Right arm way up and around behind you. Let your fingers find each other. Come onto your right foot and your left tippy toes. Blossom like a flower. Use your bandhas. When right leg is straight, pull left shoulder back. Straighten left leg. Couple of kicks maybe. Slowly step it down. Bound side angle. Maybe a bound half moon in there. Set up the left hands behind the calf on the pinky side of the foot. Right hand to the ground. Pivot onto the ball of your back foot. Heel toe your toes off towards the side of your mat till they pop up. Chaturanga arms. Tuck that elbow in. Use that, the cantilever, the right leg up. Kick the left leg back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, child's pose. Rest. And come into the kneeling position. And just take a moment to let that integrate. Press the feet, the ankles, the knees, the shins down into the ground. Squeeze the bandhas up. Reach the arms, bring them behind you, clasp the fingers. Press the knuckles down into the ground, lift the heart. Sensitive neck, keep the chin tucked, good for the strengthening neck muscles. Healthy necks, gaze back, not to the side, straight back. Press the knuckles down into the ground, lift the hips, a version of camel. Slowly release, come back. If the hips couldn't lift, you're going to want to skip this next variation. If that felt pretty easy to lift the hips up, we're going to move into camel using a grip on the hands. If you have a regular camel in your practice, you just come into it from the standing kneeling position, hands on the low back, or hands on the feet. Get your feet a little bit wider so that you can find the camel grip. So that's palm facing out, and then your forefingers on the big toe, the medial side of your ankle, your thumb on the outside, the pinky side. Get that grip, and then think like the cat back. You're gonna tilt your pelvis so that everything comes into that C curve, and lead with your tailbone to peel your way up to camel. And then in reverse, chin to chest, you're gonna body roll your way down. It's 3 rounds, really slow breath. If that doesn't feel good in your body, you just stay in the version of camel and slowly move in and out of that. Okay, exhale everything out. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, palms together, thumbs to your heart. Stand up. Slowly sit back. Send your right hand to face out. Send your left hand to face up like it's holding a platter. Close your eyes and imagine a swirling of green energy coming in through your right hand, flowing through your heart, and going out through your left hand. You swoop all that energy up and place both hands on your heart. And we'll move into a variation of pigeon pose. And if you prefer to move into pigeon from down dog, go for it. I'm just going to slide my right knee up and then wiggle my foot over just as far as it'll go without me forcing anything. And then I'm going to inchworm my left leg back until I've got a good stretch, but more importantly, something where I can balance, no hands. So even though my right hip is lifted up, I'm actively pressing down into the ground, squeezing everything together. I think we did these at the beginning of class, these pigeon sit-ups. We're going to do a little variation. You're going to bring your hands behind you, either palms up, like your thumbs are going to touch, or if you can clasp your hands, it feels good, you're going to reach your hands back. Now, if you're very well balanced and your hamstring is pretty strong, you're going to bend that left knee and tap your heel to your knuckles. And then you're going to breathe. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down. Keep the heel connected to the knuckles. Lay your head down. And then you're going to lift yourself up. I lost that connection. My hamstring gave up. And you'll land right where you started. And we'll just do 2 more rounds of that. Exhale down. Woo. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Now we'll go into the sleeping pigeon from here. So if you want to release the arms, you just lay yourself down. If your quad's feeling really open, you're going to grab hold of your ankle with that same grip and then squeeze your heel down while you lay your head down. And slowly kick your way back up. Place the hands on the ground. Slide the right leg back. Lay down onto your belly. Then just roll onto your back from here and we'll take banana pose. So you'll shift your hips over to the right and reach your arms and legs over to the left side of your mat. So you're laying flat, both of your butt cheeks, both of your shoulders are on the ground. But you're making that curvy half moon or curvy banana shape. You can cross one ankle over the other. It's different for me each time which one feels more normal, so try both. And you'll have a few minutes here to stretch out that right side of your body. Feel all that energy coursing through. Okay, so bring everything through center, and you're going to come into that pigeon variation on the other side. One way to do it is to scoot over to the right edge of your mat, hug your left knee in, and then just roll over so that you land on that leg in a variation of pigeon. Get something that feels comfortable, but something that's balanced enough that you can lift your arms up. And you can, with your palms facing up, reach the arms behind you like your thumbs are going to touch and do the sit-ups here with no hands. Or you can clasp the hands together with that weird grip on top and do a few pigeon sit-ups here. Or you could bring the hamstring into it, trying to keep the knuckle and the heel connected the whole time. Oh, that's so much for my hamstring. And we'll just do 3 more rounds. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then your sleeping pigeon. If you like your hands on the ground, bring them forward. If you want to take that variation with the quad, you're going to sneak your clasped hands around the ankle and then squeeze the heel in while you lay down. If you've got hold of that foot, kick it to lift yourself up. And then you're coming onto your back from here. So just lay yourself down, flip over, and we'll take the banana pose on the other side. So stretching out the left side of the body, the left hips go over to the left side of your mat. The arms and legs reach towards the right side of your mat. And then you make sure you've got equal weight in your left cheek, your right cheek, your left shoulder, your right shoulder. You can cross a leg, whichever one feels easier. Your head can go in any direction. You've got just about 90 seconds here just to enjoy opening up that yin side of your body. Okay, you're going to stay on your back here for the rest of class, but bring everything through center. Bring your knees into your chest, and you can take a happy baby if that's a pleasant reset for your spine, or you can just hug your knees in and rock from side to side, or you could make circles with your knees, or even just resting with your feet on the ground and your knees together. You're just aiming for something where you can feel both sides of your body equally, and if something feels more on one side, just taking a few moments to even it out so it kind of moves through. All right, we'll move into the bridge pose with a few variations. I'm going to show you the fullest variation, and I recommend you watch it first, unless you already know, like, I love bridge pose, I love wheel, I'm going to do my own thing. But the reason I want you to watch me do it all the way through is because you don't want to be looking around when you're in a back bend. You want to just be focusing with your nose, your cervical spine in alignment, no lateral rotation. So we start with bridge. Feet are kind of close together, about hips distance apart. You lift your booty up, and it's that cat tilt in the pelvis. So you're curling your tailbone up towards your belly button. You can clasp your hands behind you, squeeze the shoulders underneath, press down to get a nice heart opener there. If you love your bridge pose, you stay here for like 8 breaths. If you feel like moving on, wheel pose, push up into it. No rest on the head, just push your way all the way up. Maybe the legs straighten. And this is where things are going to get a little funky. So option to move into the forearm version. You're going to crawl your fingers towards your heels until one forearm comes down and then the other. And then you can play with the palms together. Tends to be easier on the shoulders. You can play with straightening the legs. That's a really big back bend. And then from here, you can go into forearm balance. So I actually find it easier to move with my hands together and then the back of my head resting on my wrists. And I'm going to bring my toes close to my head. I'm going to lift a leg up, and then it's a kick of faith. Whoop! Then I'm going to catch myself in the headstands, or for the full forearm balance, I bring my hands on the ground. A big breath of faith. I push myself up. Loop, whoop. Here she goes. It's a lot of shoulder opening to move through that sequence. It is not a goal. It's a party trick. You don't get anything for doing that transition. It's just for fun. So choose something back bendy, something heart opening. If you want to try that sequence, be gentle with yourself and let it be playful, especially that hop. It's really tricky the first time to trust that you have the back and the core strength to pull your legs up. So it's something to practice potentially against a wall, walking your toes up and over. But again, this isn't a goal. This isn't something you're working towards. It's something that may occur to you to do in a practice in the future, like, oh, I feel ready for it. And then you'll try it and you'll be able to do it. And it'll be like, yay, I did it. And then you move on to the next thing. If you're still in your back bend, slowly peel yourself down into something neutral. So you can keep your feet on the ground with your knees together, or bring your legs in, or take the happy baby, whatever movement you need to bring yourself back into neutrality. Okay, let's move into a twist. Bring your legs to reverse tabletop, arms to a cactus, and drop your legs to one side. If you want to cross a leg or take something more complicated, you can go for it. I'm going to keep my twist pretty simple. The body's done a lot today. Get that left shoulder just as heavy on the ground as the right. and relax down. And we're just going to go to the other side. So come through center, take a moment, feel center, and swing your way over to the other side. And come back through center, and then whatever you need to do for your Shavasana. So you can just set your legs down, close your eyes, squeeze your bandhas gently, like 60%. If you need something for under your knees or over your hips. And take time to make sure your shoulders get just as relaxed as they can be. And then let them relax 10% deeper than that. Drop down into your breath. Allow a heaviness to come over your body while a lightness, a levity comes into your spirit. Feel that balance as they integrate. If you're very comfortable in your Shavasana, you can stay right here just as long as you'd like. If you'd like to start waking your body up for a seated meditation, you can spread your fingers and your toes, reach your arms and legs away from each other, roll onto a side and take your time, peel yourself up to a comfortable seat. As you settle in, rest your hands on your thighs, palms facing up, and touch your thumbs to your middle fingers. Even in Shavasana, you can take that mudra. So today's practice was focused on the heart and the shoulders. The heart chakra in yoga is called Anahata Chakra. Its color is green, a verdant green. And it's the energy of compassion. And compassion in the yogic lineage is the desire for it to be easier, for everything to be just a little bit easier for everyone. Because imagine if it were just 10% easier to get through your day, if it was that way for everyone, if we could just be a little bit more patient, a little bit kinder. And I know everyone in this class, everyone watching this as a yogi, you have so much kindness to the point where it can be draining. And that's where we start with the self-compassion. And so by doing your yoga practice, by taking your 20 or 60 or 90 minutes to really honor yourself, that's really the most compassionate act that you can do, because it ricochets. When you align your energy, when you take a moment to scrub your aura clean of its past experiences, of its future worries, you make it easier on yourself, and that allows you to make it easier on other people. So thank you from the divine compassion for taking the time to take care of yourself. In the yogic world, things can either make you feel better or they can make you feel worse. And what that means is your experiences either leave your heart open and help it grow, or it closes your heart and creates a knot in the body, a nadi, N-A-D-I. And especially in a difficult year, in a difficult life, the trick, the test is always, how open are you going to leave your heart? Every time it's broken, every time it's disappointed, every time it's let down, every time it's scared. How can you feed it the courage to stay open? And it can be as simple as just asking it, heart, please stay open. I know this is hard. I know this is scary. Please stay open. I worked with a healer earlier this week for myself, and she asked me how my chakra system was doing. And I said, my root chakra is saying, don't worry, girl, we've got this. And my heart is saying, I don't know if we do. And I realized I had so much fear living in my heart because it wants to stay wide open. But so much happens in a lifetime that encourages it to close. And so that's my practice right now. That's what I've been doing here in Mexico, is learning how to keep it open, even to the scorpions and the tarantulas. And extending that, to the people I disagree with politically, to the people I see hurting, just opening my heart to them and offering them not more, but an equal amount of compassion as I give to myself. And so I encourage you to take that divine compassion that you've cultivated, that verdant green energy, throughout your day, to know that sometimes the most compassionate thing is to say no. And that actually helps your heart to stay open. And to know that when you do say yes, when you do decide to give of your sweet energy, that it's to someone who will reciprocate equally. Even if it feels hard at the time, if you just ask your heart, can you please stay open? What do we need to do to make that happen? Your heart will always tell you what it needs to feel safe enough to stay open. Namaste, friends.